Hello guys, Bushcraft family back again with another video, and today we are going to talk about the food shortage for the year of 2023 and the increasing prices of our food and how are we going to be dealing with this. Now, many of you guys may know, but some of the people who get food stamps and whatnot have been getting a emergency fund, so to speak, that have been covering, stabilizing them a little bit throughout this food shortages and increase in prices and stuff. Well, that's going to be stopping here in February. And what's that mean? There's going to be a lot of people that are on disability and that are on welfare and things like that that won't be able to afford to feed their families. And with the increase of prices going up 15, 25, and 45% on all different things, I wonder why they are taking that money away. It's not getting any better. The price of living is going up and up and up. And a lot of people that are on disability and Social Security and stuff like that, they get an increase at the beginning of the year, and that's it. If the increase goes up and up before the end of the year, oh well. And those who are working, paying taxes and stuff like that, more and more those people are having harder and harder times feeding their families. And some of the shortages that are coming around the United States is a worldwide thing that's happening. It's a global crisis. This is not something that's in one or two counties or a state or a country. This is worldwide. One of the major shortages is wheat. Now, the major suppliers of wheat, we all know, because we hear it all the time, it's Russia and Ukraine. Well, there's other countries that do produce wheat. We produce wheat. There's other countries that produce wheat. And the problem with this is those countries are not exporting any of that wheat out. They're keeping it in-house. Something we should be doing, right? So that means that's going to be less and less that we're going to be receiving in our ports and to our bread companies, you know, pasta, noodles, cakes, and bread and all that stuff. So the other thing is corn. Corn's another one. With all the issues we've been having with corn in the last 4 or 5 years, we are scraping the bottom right now of our corn. Another issue that has been shown its ugly face is canned food, pet food that's in a can. These companies went to this low-grade aluminum pop-top lids so they can save money and everything, which is now biting them in the booty. Yes, because now we are in a crisis of a major aluminum shortage, and it's still going on even past the so-called end of the pandemic. And there's no... And it's not going to end this year. This shortage is like 5 years into the future that they're talking about. I really don't see this shortage going anywhere for the next 7 years on aluminum products. That's how bad this is getting for aluminum. And what do? We export it out. instead of keeping it in-house and keeping it for ourselves and whatnot. And then we have to pay for this stuff when it comes back in. It makes no sense to me. So, how to prepare for this stuff? Now, I've been doing videos for this for the last couple years about how to prep and what items to get and things like that. The first thing is where to start with this. How does one prep when the price of everything is going so high? Well, you have to look at it in a few ways. Now, imagine if you go back in time to 2019 when you could buy a dozen eggs for under $1. Hamburger was $1.20, $1.50 a pound. Now it's $4 or $5 a pound. Eggs are going like $11 a dozen in some places. So you got to stop and think. You got to get this stuff. You got to start preparing to get this stuff now before it's just too expensive. Hey, settle down, kitty cats. Okay, back to what we were talking about. Yeah, the food shortages. One of the best ways that you can start is canned goods. And no, I'm not talking about the cans that have the stupid pop tops, because those are 1 to 2 years shelf life, if that. I've had stuff that was 2000, didn't expire until 2025, 2026. Open it up and it was no good. You press the top of that thing, if it pops back open, it's no good. That's why you need to prepare for trying to find the correct cans to store this stuff. And I'm not saying to buy all this stuff and stick it away for 20 years and not use it. There's things called working pantries, to where how much canned food would you use in a month's time? Say you use 20 cans in a month's time. That's just a number. Instead of buying 20 cans for that month, buy 25 cans, buy 30 cans, and then you have that little bit left over. And at the end of the month, you rotate those older cans out and then buy the other 35 cans, and so forth and so forth. That's why you build up stock of your preps. Things like that. Anytime you can get deals on anything fresh, there's ways you can freeze the stuff. If you have dehydrators, dehydrate it, store it in Marlar bags, things like that. There's many ways to store this food. And then there's that very expensive freeze-dried food that you can get. Even though you can still go to Amazon and type in clearance number 10 cans of food, and it'll pop up. There'll be some that's like $50 off a 2-pound can. You got to think outside the box when it comes to prepping, because prices right now are so ridiculous. Would you ever think you would be paying $11? That's almost $1 an egg. $1 an egg, when it used to be $1 a dozen. Pretty soon, imagine Easter time comes when the kids are wanting to go out and hide Easter eggs. I think we're going to end up skipping that, and it's going to be the little plastic eggs. They won't have no real Easter eggs anymore, because it'll be getting that expensive to hide Easter eggs. And then, oh no, I can't remember where that egg is. Everybody get outside and find it. They're so expensive now. And that's just some of the things what we have to worry about when it comes to And like I said, the bread issue. If you're a bread eater, which bread is very important, it's one of the grains that we really need. It's time to start buying it when you can, when you find it on a deal. If you get the bigger bulk size bags of flour, that's time to put it in smaller containers and store it. Things like that. It's what we're going to need to do. If not, imagine telling your kids you have to skip lunch because we just don't have the food. And that's a sad thing. But other than that, guys, I wanted to get this out there. We really, really need to start thinking about these prepping, because the prices and the shortages are not going to end. They're here for the whole year at least. At least. A lot of experts are already predicting that it's 2030 is the time when a lot of the shortages will be gone. That's a long time. How many years can you survive without food? Till next time, guys, God bless.